Please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. We're back at it. The last NBA bit of the week. We made it. We had some French basketball yesterday, right? And then we just had a lot of bad basketball. We had a lot of bad things that we're going to go over today. And I don't mean bad because the Celtics lost. I just mean bad. There was no basketball to watch. We switched to Brooklyn Nine-Nine pretty early into the evening last night. Who do we got in the chat this morning? I see Sneeps up in here. We got JJL, Boston Base. We got Snoop Loop saying, Happy National Kiss of Ginger Day. This is good news. Good news for me. That'll be very easy. Yeah, Mayo, new head coach. Real quick. Congrats to the New England Patriots. Congrats to Jared Mayo. And congrats to Massachusetts, because the only way they will ever hire a black football coach is if they are named after something white people love. So congrats, Boston. We're happy for the work that you did today. Good luck to the Patriots. We got Jump Shoot up in here. Who else we got? Common Man saying happy birthday to the all-time great. It's Wilk's birthday. There you go. The Neek. Xavier Tillman. Okay, also Xavier Tillman's birthday. JJL up late. We love to see that. We got Garen up in here. We've got Wet Like a Book. Emma Stone changed everything for the Suns. Shout. That's a great get. That is a top tier fan that you got right there. I'm happy for you. I saw a great quote from Emma Stone that every year she applies to get into Jeopardy, and she's like, not that celebrity Jeopardy bullshit. She wants to earn her stripes. Love to see that. We got 3DK up in here. We got Jordan. Let's go. Stuck in a snowstorm. Okay, but 7th and limited common. We love that. Good work. JJL sent a super chat earlier. I saw. Yeah, thank you, JJL. It did not show up in my StreamYard thing, but it did show up in the back end. Anyways, there you go. There you have it. A little quick housekeeping. We've got So Rare live before lock today on the Team Hold So Rare channel at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be joined by our friend George from the Swingman Pod, who is fresh off his trip to Paris. And then I think we might get TST a little bit later today. Also, if you haven't subscribed to all of our channels, go do that. We've cleared 8K. What are we at? Like 8,200, I think, on our Team Hold Sports channel, right? Our Team Hold So Rare channel, we're at 566. We'd love to see that. So that's going to be monetizing very soon. And then 8,364 over on Team Hold Sports. So the quest for 10K. And right here, over here, the channel that we're on, 11,126. So the Team Hold Cinematic Universe continues to grow. We get K Fortune in the chat. 4 degrees in Nebraska. Good Lord. What is it here right now? It's 39. There we go. 30 more. And then we can all say nice together, you know? You doing an MLK NBA bid on Monday? Yeah, we will. We'll do an early one. Maybe we'll do some playback. On Monday too, since I'll be home. All right. For today, we're going to go over the NBA games. We'll build a pick 'em on Underdog, and then we will I'm just gonna quickly go through my So Rare lineups and build some stuff for today's slate, just to kill some time, you know, because I don't think it's going to take a while to get through these NBA games. These games were bad. Jordan said, is Kobe White an all-star? No, but I mean, he's fun, it's good, most improved. Maybe if they don't want to give it to a superstar, let's give it to him. He's been playing awesome this year. All right, let's start in Paris, baby. This game was gross. There were times in the third quarter where it felt like the Generals from the Harlem Globetrotters were playing the Generals. That's what it felt like. It was like a slippery ball. Were they using a buttery ball over there in France? The Nets, I believe, scored, was it 36, 38 halftime points at by halftime. In the second half, they got going a little bit, so they didn't, because there was talk that it was going to be the lowest scoring performance of the season. I think the Hornets dropped 82 earlier this year, and they were like, is that going to break the record? It didn't. The Nets got hot in the second half, but the Cavs win. Donovan Mitchell showed out. 45, dropped 45 points, 12 dimes, 6 boards, also threw 4 steals in there. Great game from him. Karis LeVert had 21 and 3, or was it Caris LeVert? And then Jared Allen had a double-double of 12 and 12. On the Brooklyn side of things, Mikal Bridges had 26 and 6. You had Cam Thomas dropped 26 and 6. And then Lonnie Walker, the fourth, had 20 and 3 off the bench. And then who was it? Claxton. I'm sorry, Nick Claxton. Ooh, had a double. Thompson got ejected. So I think it was Nick Claxton, actually. Like, I don't know. He like had an and one or something. They called timeout. They're walking on the bench. And then Thompson just kind of like hit him. Just kind of like put a chest into him. I actually was surprised they ejected him. I thought this was flagrant one, but I don't know. And then Tristan Thompson, as he gets ejected, he said he does his little Draymond. He runs to the locker room, like pointing the back of his neck. It was great. It was great. Did the Paris game catch anyone else by surprise? Not a lot of promos. I'll be honest. The only reason I knew of the Paris games was because of So Rare. That's the only reason I knew. I knew that So Rare was going over there. I knew Mikal Bridges and Donovan Mitchell were going to be over there, that they were doing some promo stuff with them. I know Worldwide Wob was over there too. But yeah, I didn't see a lot of stuff from the NBA until like the day or two before. And like when we were looking at the game weeks and stuff, we saw, oh yeah, Brooklyn and Cleveland don't play until Thursday. So that was kind of the only reason I knew about it. I will say, man, there is something about the structure in which NBA arena or NBA basketball arenas are built in Europe, specifically Eastern Europe, but in Europe, it's just way more fun, right? Like the NBA arenas in the United States and in Canada, shout out the Raptors, are built for rich people. They're built to make a ton of money. And I mean, I'm sure that's the case in the European arenas too, but it just feels like they're a little bit more on top of the game. And there's more energy, there's more vibes built in there a little bit more. Where like NBA, it's just like, hey, look at all these rich people that are here, you know, and then let's put the poors up in section 338, you know. So I think, and that's never going to change. There's nothing we can do to change that except for a revolution. So that sucks. I don't even know why we're bringing it up. Maybe we should all go move to Bosnia Herzegovina and we can watch basketball there. I don't know if you guys saw this crazy highlight of Milos Tesadolcic. I don't know. I butchered the last name, but he was the dude that used to play for the Clippers. He threw an insane pass the other day. Even Lucas shared it on Twitter. But anyways, no, that's it. Nothing else to say about that. Jumpshoot says, how about the future fandom? You know what's funny? I I don't want to be like, you know how Top Shot's dead. But there was I was thinking like this time last year, right, when So Rare was over in Paris and Top Shot was over in Paris, right? Because it was the tour. And then you saw like anytime like So Rare does anything, Top Shot's like, oh, this is you don't even see that anymore. And maybe there's been a truce, there's been or it's just apathy or whatever, but it's good. It's good you don't see that on Twitter anymore. All right, that's enough of that game. I don't think we have to talk about it anymore. Let's get to the blowouts, shall we? So the Bucks beat the Celtics 135-102, but it was worse than that. It was worse than that. I saw like conflicting sentiment, conflicting energy from Celtics fans. Do you think it was Bush League, embarrassing, sad that the Celtics just gave up? You know what I'm saying? That they like shut it down at halftime. Wait, Tesla said, sorry, I'm late. The Mayo joke was chef's kiss. Have you tweeted that yet? Is that a tweetable joke? I was wondering, is that a tweetable joke? All right. Well, we will tweet it. Because I didn't want to get myself into trouble. I don't think that gets me into trouble, but I don't know. Let's do it. Sure. And we probably have to, do we have to quote tweet it or nah, maybe not. Congrats to is it Gerard Mayo? Let's check the spelling on this. Hold on. Can't mess this up. Is it Gerard Mayo? No. It is Gerard. Okay. Congrats to Gerard Mayo. Let's see. How do we phrase this? Maybe we quote tweet it. Maybe we quote tweet a Schefter tweet. Let's go to Schefter. Schefter. Sorry guys, this is gonna derail it, but this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Lots of Kraft Mayo jokes today. Yeah, I know, but Garen's joke is better. I disagree. Although Garen, that was a great joke. Great joke. All right. We're just gonna say no, I don't want to report it. What did I just try to do? Okay. Repost and set your drafted post will be disregarded before you quote. What are you talking about? What is going on here? Oh, is this great? Oh, here we go. God, this platform blows. Let's try this again now that we deleted it. All right, let's go to this one. And what? Only way Boston hires. Oh, is it a capital B? No, just a black football coach. Is if it's named after something white people love. There we go. Anybody nervous? Anybody nervous? Garen, it was still a great joke. Garen. It still was. All right. Is it Boston or New England? I think it's Boston. Oh, I guess we could say New England. It's named after something white people love. Only way Boston hires a black coach is if it's named after something. All right. Only way New England. We'll say New England because it's about the Patriots. Fine. Don't use it. Is it? Oh, if they're. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. Thank you. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Only way New England hires a black coach is if they're named. If they're named. Okay, named. There we go. Yeah. Snoop says he's nervous for me. Is if they're named after something white people loved. All right. That's football coach. That's why we said football coach. If they are, oh my God, yes. Wait, is it they are? Yeah, if they are. Look at us, guys. Everybody's making some errors in the chat. Some errors in the chat. We love to see this. This is good. We might do this for 15 more minutes. It's on Joe Mazzulo Racer. Read the tweet, Boston Base. I said football. All right. Last call to tell me to delete this. Last call. We'll take a sip of water. If there was a Mayo tweet, I don't think this is going to get canceled. This is good. All right, we'll see what happens. If today's our last day, I had a good time. It was a fun run. We enjoyed it. Okay, let's get enough of this. Let's get back to the Celtics losing. Okay, so back to the initial question. Do you think that the Celtics should have tried in the third quarter? I kind of liked that they gave it up. I think now underline the subject of the verb. Well done. I kind of like that they were like, listen, we're on a back-to-back. We're playing one of the top teams in the league. We're probably not going to go on a 30-0 run, right? And they're like, we were tired. We're a travel day. It's just not. It hasn't been great. Right. It wasn't a good performance. Just chalk up this L. They have a home game against Houston, so they're going to get back on a plane to go back to Boston to play Houston on Saturday. Or do you think like that's not the heart of a champion, that in this regular season game on national television against their rival, Drew Holiday revenge game, that they should have showed up and gotten after it? I think I'm fine with it. I think I'm a big fan of like, this is a regular season game. You're still comfortably up on the top of the East. I think it was okay. But to give the Bucks some love here, man, they played really good basketball and they were knocking down shots. They were zipping around the court. They were the better team. They were the better team. They were more the more aggressive team. And a lot of these stats that I'm going to read off came in the first half. So like it's not even, I mean, Giannis and Dame played a little bit late into the third. I thought that was kind of surprising, but Giannis finished with 24, 12 and 6, Dame with 21, 4 and 4. Portis, though, is a big Bobby Portis game, man. 28-12. 28-12 was really good from him. And same thing, like did a lot of that damage earlier. And good. Hey, listen, good Bucks win. I'm happy for Snoopaloop. Listen, Snoop, I know I give the Bucks a lot of shit all the time. You know, whether it's a schedule win or not, it was a good win for Milwaukee. Went out there and got it. There's going to be 100 podcasts about that game, though. Yeah, I wonder too. Like, I wonder too if like how the NBA responds to some of this stuff, because I thought it was pretty wild. I'm sure all of you guys have seen this too. Like early in the second half, Ernie comes on the screen and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna go check in with New York and Dallas." And I can't remember a time like in the NBA's history, anyways, where they've like bounced around to a different game on national television. Like the NFL does it every once in a while, right? It's like the Ravens are up 45-3 on like the Bengals with like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They're like, all right, you know what? We'll go somewhere else. But I don't know, man. I was pretty surprised by that. And I wonder if there's any sort of fallout from it. Ernie, the new red zone dude. Yeah. What was it? Jared Greenberg does a version of this on NBA TV, right? I think it's Greenberg. The whip around or the wrap around or the reach around. I don't know. But anyway, and it was all blowouts. They couldn't even go to another game. Like I know the Knicks Mavericks game ended up getting close, but when they switched over to it, I think Mavericks were up like 18 or something. It was pretty gross stuff. There is a conversation to be had, like why, and I think Tom Haberstroh put together a little piece on this that he tweeted out this morning. Why did the NBA schedule all of these huge games? These huge, like between two like dominant teams in the league. Why are they scheduling these on national television when one of the teams is on a back-to-back? Like I think the Sixers and Nuggets play each other soon, and it's the same thing. I think Philly's on a back-to-back or Denver's on a back-to-back. We've seen it multiple times where they schedule these like big TNT or ESPN games, and it's on a back-to-back. And like you set up this rule, right, where like players can't miss time unless it's under certain circumstances for them to get rested or whatever. And then a lot of the times it falls under that situation. I don't know. It's weird. I don't understand it. And back to back, says Boston Base. Yeah, dude, just cancel 72 game season. 72 game season when? Just cut 10 off the top. Let's make it happen. You switch to a game with 2 top 5 markets. Yeah, but that game was dead though. And it ended up getting good. It ended up getting good in the fourth quarter. But we saw too the other night, although I don't think the Warriors and Pelicans are. Maybe the NBA is just getting unlucky, and this is recency bias that there's just been some pretty bad games on national television. Because if we go back 1 week ago, last Thursday, that was like when we had Spurs and Bucks, and then was the other game Denver Golden State? Like we had two games that were great. But anyways, let's keep going. Let's just get through this mess. OKC beat the Blazers by 3,500 points. It was unreal. OKC wins 139-77. Oh, I was just talking about the lowest scoring team in NBA history, or in NBA this season, and we thought it was going to be the Nets earlier in the day in Paris, and instead, Blazers said, "Hold my beer." Scoot had 13 and 6. Simons had 14. No one else hit double figures. For the Thunder, SGA, another 30-point game. He had 31, 5, and 4. Josh Giddey up had a triple-double, 13, 12, and 10. How come we haven't heard anything about that since? Anyways, and J-Dub had 21, 7, and 4. I don't even want to say good game by OKC. It was a gross game. That was a gross game all the way around. It was disgusting. But good win for the Thunder. Thunder, a team that normally, or not normally, but for like a 2 to 3 year run, was on the other side of those types of beatings, and it's kind of wild that they are now giving them. I gotta wonder how. I know we don't have a lot of Portland fans in the chit chat, but how people are feeling about the Chauncey experience. And I know it's probably like, well, dude, we're not supposed to win this year anyway, so like, who cares? But I don't know. I care. I'm just curious how they feel about Chauncey Billups. Because I know they weren't like too thrilled with them this time last year. And like, how does that change? I don't know. Just throwing it out there, stirring the pot. All right, let's get rid of not get rid. I was going to say, let's do Suns Lakers. We will do Suns Lakers first. Suns win 127-109. They couldn't miss early on. And the Lakers couldn't hit anything. They couldn't hit anything. Beal we got a good Beal game. He had 37, 6, and 4. Durant, 18, 5, and 5. Booker had 31, 5, and 5. LeBron made sure to keep that 10-point streak alive. Not my GOAT. He had 10, 9, and 5. Anthony Davis had 13 and 5. D'Angelo Russell, the high scorer, with 19 points for him. Good win for Phoenix. Another bad loss for LA. The LA fans are losing their shit right now. They're like, fire Ham. In my opinion, I mean, I don't think Darvin Ham's doing a great job. I don't know if Darvin Ham is the problem, but I don't know. Tesla said some crazy stat. How this is the first time in league history where you have 4 teams losing by an average of 10 points per game. I love this game, right? Remember those commercials? Wait, what is this about? Boston Bay says kind of weird bringing up a dude's divorce during the game. Did you see that? I didn't see that. Which game was that? I did not see that. I did not see that. Which game was that? What happened to Austin Reeves? Yeah, he hasn't been playing really well. I mean, nobody's been playing really well for the Lakers, right? And it's crazy. Oh, Dame, I didn't see that at all. It is nuts that like they didn't have Rui or Christian Wood last night, and everybody's like, oh God, oh no Rui, no Christian Wood. Lakers are in trouble. And it's like, man, what happened? What happened to this team? So I don't know. They're obviously going to be making some moves here heading towards the trade deadline. But again, similarly to the Warriors, man, I don't know what happens. We'll talk about the Warriors again here in a second. Let's get through this last game. So the one that ended up being kind of fun, Mavs beat the Knicks. Also, we get Tyler in the chat. What's up, Tyler? We got Mavs and the Knicks, 128-124. The Mavs are up like double digits most of this game. And the last like 4 minutes of the game, the Knicks come storming back. Got it to like a 1-point game, I think. But it wasn't enough. Kyrie was awesome, man. I'm usually hesitant to give Kyrie any praise or love because of my Boston baggage, but man, he's been playing really well since he's come back from walking like Walter White Jr. after Dwight Powell fell on him. But Kyrie was 44, 10, and 4. And Timmy Hardaway Jr., baby, he got the start over Jaden Harvey yesterday. And I think Timmy's coming off a bad game too, and he just went off. 32 points, 6 dimes, 4 boards. Speaking of Hardy, he came off the bench with 8, 6, and 4. Julius Randle. Let's get another drop from my guy. Regular season Randle.
Regular season Randle.
He went off 32, 6, and 5. He had a big second half. Brunson had 30 and 8, and then Dante DiVincenzo 19 and 4. Looks like the Raptors won the trade, huh? They lose a game with OG. Yeah, Josh Green was great, too. Josh Green brought a lot of energy early in that game. Good win for Dallas, man. That was good. I feel like, we've been not picking on Dallas, but a lot of times Dallas is like, congrats, you beat Portland again, or congrats, you beat Washington tonight. This is a good win for Dallas. And it's not like the Knicks were on a back-to-back or anything, I don't think. That was it's just a good W for them. Let's pop over to the worldwide leader of sports. And just look at the standings and schedule for tonight's action. We'll do this. We'll do the standings first. Not too much movement because there weren't too many games last night, but the Celtics drop one. The Bucks pick one up, which is fun. That means it's a 3-game lead for the Beantown boys of Boston. Sixers now are 2 games back of the Bucks, and then it goes Pacers and Cavs are knotted up. Knicks half game behind them. Heat and Magic half game behind the Bing Bong boys, and then you've got the Chicago Bulls. Chicago Bulls firmly in the 9 seed. And then you get the Brooklyn Nets right there, tied with the Hawks, a game back at the Raptors. In the West Side, Timberwolves and OKC Thunder, Lightning and the Thunder are tied for first here at 26 and 11. Nuggets 2 games back in the loss column, officially 1 game back. And then look at the Los Angeles Clippers. I believe 21 and 5, 21 and 6 in the last 27, something like that. 24 and 13, baby. They are 2 games out of first freaking place, man. It's crazy. Like the Beam and the 5 seed, then the Pellies and the 6. And then look at those Mavs, baby. Just a half game back of the Pels. Only 2 games back of the Clippers at 23 and 16. Suns get 2 games over 500 there in the 8 seed. And then you've got the Houston Rockets, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Utah Jazz, and then the Warriors down bad, man. Real quick on Golden State. So reports came out yesterday. They're like, everybody but Steph Curry is on the table. And it's, no shit, man. And and we touched on it yesterday with Weisberg. That table is more like a shelter. You know what I mean? Like this isn't gourmet. This isn't the Bear. You know what I'm saying? This isn't a Michelin star table of food that's being presented to you. It's more of like my dorm room my speaker almost fell out. my dorm room at age 19. It's like ramen and moldy bread or something. This is like, and Andrew, they're like, according to Tim Kamikawa from the Athletic, was like, well, looks like Andrew Wiggins is probably not going to be on this roster. Who is taking Andrew Wiggins? I know we make the Shanghai Sharks joke all the time. I just don't know, like, a contender's not taking Andrew Wiggins. This isn't an expiring contract, so nobody, like, it's not like anyone's like, oh, we got to go get Wiggs. I don't understand. I don't understand what the draw comes. And it's like, again, it sounds like they are going to try to get a number 2, number 3 type guy to come make this team, who, again, is a game back of the Utah Jazz in the 12 seed. Only 3 games. The Warriors are only 3 games ahead of the Memphis Grizzlies. That's how bad it is. So I just don't understand what kind of move is going to be made that's all of a sudden going to make them a competitive team. Like, dude, they're 5 games back from the 7 seed. And I know the Siakam story, right? So, like, and if you're Toronto, you absolutely do this. I think if they put up like Kuminga and Moody and Chris Paul's expiring for Siakam, I don't know if mathematically that works, but something like that, right? Sure, I'm down. Your Raptors should definitely do that. But now you're running out Siakam, Draymond, Clay, Steph, and who am I missing? Wiggins, Pajemski. Like, I don't know who the third one is. You're telling me that? I mean, I'm still taking the Lakers over them. I'm still taking Phoenix over them. I'm taking Dallas over them. The Pels, the Kings, the Clippers. Like, I'm still taking all those guys. You still don't have it big. You still can't defend anybody. And Siakam definitely makes them better, but like not better enough that like we get going. You know what I mean? The Golden State Ramen Bowls is good. Is it sacrilegious to say why not trade Steph, KG, and PP style, rebuild, burn it to the ground? You know why, JJL, you can't do that? If this was 3 years from now, sure. But when they traded Paul Pierce and Kevin Durant, I mean, that writing was on the wall, right? That they maybe had like 6 months left. And like KG was already like really dinged up. I think trading the Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett trade would be like them trading Draymond and Clay right now. I feel like they're at similar, like Draymond's probably closer to Paul Pierce and what they have left. Clay's probably closer to Garnett and what they have left, where like Steph is still too good. I don't think you can do that. Wiggins and RJ Barrett for the Raptors are scary. Jordan, put the pipe down. Wiggins is legit going to get DNP soon. He's been so bad. He's been one of the worst basketball. Him and Jordan Poole just like doing the Spider-Man meme of like who's worse. And you know what? It's actually Wiggins. Jordan Poole's been better the last week. So again, I don't even know why you sacrifice the future. I think like the move would be to move off of, if someone has interest in Draymond, if somebody has interest in Clay, then that's how you move. How are you going to get that many draft picks for Clay and Green? But you're going to get cap space because like Draymond, right, just signed that extension and Clay has an expiring, right? Or Clay's up for a contract extension. You can't pay. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to pay Clay? I don't know. I think they're in a lose-lose situation right now because if they move off of some of their young talent, they're, congrats on losing in the play-in. Matty Harrison, fan of Detroit basketball. As a GM, if you trade Steph now, you have 2 to 3 seasons to turn it around or you are at a job. If you just tread water for the next couple seasons, you can then try to rebuild and stay employed. Yeah. Tesla said Wiggins is not even coming to Paris this summer. Oh, absolutely not coming to Paris. Absolutely. You can't put him out there. Unplayable right now. I mean, it's crazy. Those numbers have been nuts. Speaking of the Golden State Warriors, so they play the Bulls tonight. And so at Chicago, they're about to go on a little bit of a road trip. So I'll be curious to see how they respond, especially because the Bulls, like, I mean, I don't think the Bulls are out there like world beaters, but I wonder if they're favored, actually. Let me look that up. DraftKings Sportsbook, please. Sportsbook. Let's see. I want to see what the odds are here on the Bulls against the Warriors because, like, all right. So let's see. Oh my God, the Bulls are favored by 3. The Chicago Bulls are favored by 3 tonight against the Warriors. Wow. So yeah, you got that game on ESPN. You've got Sacramento and Philly. No Embiid again. Embiid now, if he misses 8 games, cannot make any sort of awards. No All NBA, nothing like that. You got Indiana at the Hawks. Excuse me, the Pacers at the Hawks. This is like the 45th time they've played. I feel like the Pacers only play the Bucks and the Hawks. That's it. Those are the only two teams they play. So cool. Houston and Detroit. That's a game I won't watch. Detroit 3-35. Holy hell. Orlando and Miami, the Battle of Florida. That'll be a fun one. They have the same record too. No Jimmy Butler again. I think Kyle Lowry's not playing. I also don't think Caleb Martin's playing. And then you got Clippers at Memphis, Portland at Minnesota, Charlotte at San Antonio. LaMelo Ball should be back tonight, actually. He's got a little cute tag. If he's not back tonight, he might be back for the next game. I'm curious if Wemby gets to play a little bit more tonight, which is a beautiful matchup against the Hornets because they're not on a back. I mean, they are on a back-to-back. They've already said he wouldn't play the second game, so maybe he plays a little bit more. Low-key fun game at 9:30 Eastern. Toronto takes on Utah at Utah. Toronto just on this brutal West Coast trip, but Raptors are way more fun to watch, and honestly, the Jazz are fun to watch, so that should be a fun game. And then on ESPN, you get the Pellies and the Nuggets with everybody questionable. Wouldn't be surprised if game gets canceled. We're in a blizzard right now. Where are you, Jordan? Where are you? And are you in Chicago? Chicago? Andrew can go to Detroit and it'll become the worst team in history with 7 top 7 draft picks. Listen, Carl, they are already the worst team in basketball. I mean, in NBA history. We're on pace for it. All right. What's the record is like 9 wins, right? Was that the Charlotte Bobcats? Shout out to Adam Morrison. There we go. There you have it. We're gonna build. Actually, let's do the So Rare ad read, and then we'll build my lineups, and then go over to Underdog and go get a pick 'em in there. Today's NBA bit is brought to you by So Rare. Daily fantasy sports is annoying. Constantly paying attention to injury news, who's starting, who's sitting, and just having to remember to enter your lineups each and every day. With So Rare, you just have to enter your lineup once for each game week, and instead of having to pay an entry fee each time you enter a contest was So Rare. Once you buy your cards, the tournaments are free. Each game week, you'll have a chance to win more card rewards to bolster up your roster. And this year, So Rare is introducing cash prizes. So sign up for So Rare today using the link in the description, and they'll start you with 20 free common cards. And by using our link, once you buy 5 cards from auction, they'll give you a 6-1 free. So sign up for So Rare today and see if you can take down Mike Sorarian. Alrighty, baby, we are back. We're just going to look at these So Rare squads real quick to see how we did. All right, this was a bad one. You can see this was a bad one. 17,000, baby. There's your common lineup. Oh, I thought this would just scroll down all the way. Oh, come on. Seriously, this website sucks. I'm going to just put it out there. So Rare, you need to update your websites, man. It's going to be a little bit more user-friendly so you can bop around. It's like 5 fucking clicks in order to get to your stuff. All right, let's look at Limited Contender was the only one that I took a reward down. We finished with a tier 2, 70th place. IQ dropped 44. Knox had 19. Tate with 24, but we had Kyrie and Bradley Beal in our contenders, so we get 71 and 56. That's the only one we took down, though. My rare contender kind of disappointed a little bit, so we'll get 1 reward. But let's go build some stuff here. Who's going to be Charlotte's starting point guard? It'll be LaMelo Ball. What do you mean? Are you saying if LaMelo doesn't play, I don't know what you're saying. Yeah, Scary Terry will play the 2. All right, let's do the pickup first. Let's get this one in here. Jokic has 2 games. We're definitely going to do that. I think we probably have to get Jalen Duren in here. He still projects really well. I think it's going to be Aaron Gordon. I think I got a cheapo here. Is it Bruce Brown that I need to get in here? Bruce Brown with 20 in 2 games, and that gets us all the way up to DeJounte Murray. So this is going to be there. We go Jokic, Duren, Gordon, Bruce Brown, whatever. Let's just get that one over with. Let's go to Rare Contender here for a second. Rare Contender. We'll do that one next. All right, so for Rare Contender this week, I picked up a couple of things. And the cheap one, I did pick up Thad Young. I talked about him in value hunting. So we got a Thad Young here. That's a cap of 3. Let's just get freaky dicky. And then I think Jalen Duren still ends up being in there. I also just traded Tyus Jones for Josh Hart. I don't know how people feel about that. All right, let me see what. Oh no, we got McConnell. We picked up our Pacers, baby. McConnell and Nembhard, which gives us up to 35. Let's see. And then is it just Duren and Harris? No. Oh, there it is. Fred VanVleet and Jalen Duren. That's the squad. So Thad Young, TJ, Nembhard, Fred VanVleet, Jalen Duren. That's what we are throwing out there for our Rare Contender. That's our Rare Contender. Let's go to Limited Contender next because those are the ones that I usually focus on since I don't have a good MVP. Now, same thing. I picked up a Thad over here as well. that cap of 3, we're going to just do it. And then we are going to go Nembhard again as well here. And that leaves us with an average of 30 here. Now, Nikola Jovic has been playing pretty well, and he's got a cap of 13 and dropped 34. I wonder if I get Jovic in there with that. That gives me 39. Does that let me go? No. Problem is, Rudy Gay would be a great play this week. Rudy Gobert would be a great play this game week, but I don't think we're going to be able to do it. Lauri Markkanen has 2 games and a cap of 43. Kyrie with 1. Şengün. Let's see what Şengün gives us to 21. And then TJ McConnell. There you go. That's what we're going to do here. Şengün, Beal, Nembhard, McConnell, and Thad. That's going to be that squad right there. What do you think about Thad Young for champion? I mean, listen, Thad's been pretty good. Tonight's matchup isn't as sexy for them because, well, I guess Walker Kessler. They do have Walker Kessler. Oh, you meant so it'll be you meant the Memphis Grizzlies. It'll be so Desmond Bane will be out there. Let me see. Actually, check Roto Grinders and see what their projected starting lineups are for Memphis, because I think it'll be Vince Williams should be out there. I bet Xavier Tillman is out there. Jaren Jackson Jr. is probably out there. Let's see. Hold on. Let me just pull it up. Projected start. Oh, no. I lost an AirPod. No, I don't want lineup HQ. Where's is it lineup? No, because sorry guys, 1 second. Ugh. Okay, I went to the wrong site. I mean, I know you guys can't see this, but I'm just trying to check the projected starting lineups here. Let me see. What do we got here? I used to be able to find this a little bit faster, and I'm doing a pretty bad job here. Starting lineups. There we go. Okay, so for Memphis, let's see. The projected Jackson and Tillman. And they actually like Zaire Williams is probably somebody you should be targeting. John Conchar, because they only have like 4. Oh, and Jacob Gilyard. Okay, you might be able to mess around with Gilyard. Thad Young for champion. Yeah, I liked it a little bit more right when he was going against Zubac and AD. Walker, I mean, because sometimes Utah plays like Laurie at the 5 or Collins at the 5. But yeah, I mean, you can still, he's going to cap a 3. If it allows you to make a perfect lineup, you make the perfect lineup. You know what I mean? All right, let's go build a pick 'em over here on Underdog, and then we'll wrap up a little bit early since we don't have enough hoops to talk about today, since those games were ass last night, which was such a fun build up too. It's like Celtics, Bucks, like it's gonna be awesome, baby, and then that's the crap we got. All right, so we're starting with Bruce Brown. I'd already put him in here. 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. We like that. The next one I wanted to get is I don't think the market has corrected on Jalen Johnson just yet. Jalen Johnson has been awesome. I think you could do some spice here for higher for double-double is 1.25x. I think that is a little intriguing. The other one that I wanted to shout out to is the points, rebounds, and assists at 29.5. So if you want to play it a little bit safer, right, I think I would start right there. This is what I would start with: Bruce Brown over 21.5 PRA, Jalen Johnson over 29.5 PRA. I think that's what we get started with. And then let's find one more. Actually, Sabonis against Philly, like a triple-double sounds kind of fun. But he's got, remember, it's like Paul Reed, Mo Bamba, Marcus Morris. I think this is an easy click here. So Sabonis, let me zoom out a little bit. So Bruce Brown over 21.5, Jalen Johnson over 29.5, Sabonis over 22.5. You know, Maxey is like Maxey double-double is kind of fun, but it's probably just 42.5 PRA is what I would go with if you wanted to add a 4 spot. But I think I'm just going to do this one. So Bruce Brown, Jalen Johnson, Sabone. That's what we're rolling with. That is what we're rolling with. How about Rolo swapping jerseys with the mascot? Oh, that's cool. Rolo can do it every once. Robin Lopez has been like going team to team and swapping jerseys with the mascots. I love that. Steve said I watched someone lose an AirPod in an elevator, bounced and rolled right into the opening, never to be seen again. Brutal. That's brutal. All right, gang, we're going to call it there. Short and sweet today, 40 minutes of fury. Do me a favor, make sure you've subscribed to all of our channels as we continue to grow together as one. But go and as I've said before, get that Team Hold Sports playlist up and just let it run. Let it run. We'll be back at 5:30 for So Rare live before lock. Otherwise, I hope everybody has a great weekend. You know, it's a beautiful weekend of football, baby. It's a beautiful weekend of football. We got basketball. We got it all. So we'll see you for live before lock. Otherwise, see you on Monday. We are out.